4 ways I developed my willpower. This is the stuff that worked for me. The 4 things that worked for me might not work for you, or they might. I think that they will. Give them a try. 100%. I would love to see people giving these things a try. If it doesn't work for you, maybe you just need to modify it to your own needs. It doesn't necessarily have to apply to lifting, guys. Not everything in this list is about lifting. Our honorable mention, for me, I like to work out without music, TV, podcasts, or any other distractions. So a lot of times you'll go into the gym and you'll see people listening to their headsets. They're listening to, I don't know what they listen to, like pop, rock, rap. I think a lot of people listen to rap when they work out. I guess when I do listen to music, it's probably metal. And I'm not saying this is bad because I do it myself as well. But when I feel like my motivation is slipping, I do the opposite of what most people do. I feel like a lot of people, they feel their motivation slipping and they say, I need music that goes harder, or, I need a podcast that inspires me more. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, however, for me, I do the opposite. If I feel like I'm not motivated, the last thing that I want to do is listen to music or listen to a podcast or, whatever when I'm working out, because whatever motivation that I have to lift that weight off of me, I want it to come strictly from me. I don't want it to come from how hard Demon Hunter's drummer is playing or how crazy a line is from Eminem's inspirational soundtrack. I want it from me. I don't want Eminem's inspiration. I don't want Joe Rogan's inspiration. I want my inspiration. So then when I go back and listen to the music or watch the podcast or whatever, then I'm getting even more out of it. Number 1, and this is probably the biggest thing that I started doing when I was lifting, was I did a lot of big compound movements. So I didn't do a lot of isolations. Mostly what I focused on was the big 4 lifts, which are deadlifts, squats, bench press, and shoulder press. So look these up, guys. Definitely check out how to do your form properly. If you want, you can train with me. It's totally an option. But these are the big 4. And if you want to call them the big 5, I would add in pull-ups, which is also a compound movement. Compound movements are essentially movements that recruit 2 or more body parts at the same time. Now, squats, deadlifts, those kind of recruit almost every muscle in your body. So they are very exhausting. The reason that I feel they build willpower when you do them is because they're so difficult that it takes a lot of motivation to do it in the first place. You want to go light when you do it. You just want to avoid it altogether. It takes a lot of mental focus just to get through something like that. They're very exhausting. They make you out of breath. They make it so that you want to eat more. Whenever I do legs, I just want to devour a massive amount of food. Right now I'm not because I'm cutting, but yeah, this is the reason that they require a lot of willpower. Anything that requires a lot of willpower is going to build that mental muscle. Number 2, I go to failure frequently, at least once per body part per week. I know this seems very obvious to a lot of people who have lifting experience, but to be honest, very few people have ever gone to actual failure. What they think failure is because their brain told them to stop lifting. It started hurting from muscle ache, muscle burn, fatigue, things like that. And their brain said, all right, this is failure. Put the weights down. In time, your brain becomes stronger than your body. And then your brain says, no, this is not failure because I'm still able to move this weight. Real failure is, and you can see my Instagram, there are several examples where I go to complete failure. I can't move the weight anymore. My last rep takes like 15 seconds to get through because it takes so long. I'm stuck at the top, just barely moving. That's failure. That has nothing to do with my brain wanting to quit. That's my body wanting to quit. When my body quits, that's failure. It takes a lot to get yourself there, and it's purely driven off of mental strength. Your body doesn't want to do it. Your mind has to force it. So that's number 2. Number 3, do your reps very slow and controlled, moderately heavy. I do my reps very slow. When you see a lot of people in the gym, you're going to see them banging out reps 1, 2, 3, 4. At the pace you would dribble a basketball. It's not effective. You have very little time under tension. You're not growing a lot of muscle that way. You're not controlling the weight, and you're actually more prone to injury. The reason, though, for me, that I like to go slow when it comes to building willpower is because you actually have the time to, and this goes in really well with not listening to music while working out. I can meditate and be in the moment of exactly what I'm doing. So when I'm doing a bench press, I can really close my eyes and focus on feeling every muscle, focus on having perfect form, focus on these slow controlled reps. Everything that I'm doing, I'm thinking about those things. So I'm not really just mindlessly going through. I'm not texting and doing leg press at the same time. I am simply thinking about everything that my body is doing to move that weight. And the last one, so this one might have been a better honorable mention, honestly. It's kind of weird now looking back because, you know, times are different now, but I think it's really important to lift on days where I don't feel well. Don't get upset, guys, but a lot of my best workouts have been when I was sick. Yes, I went to the gym sick. Now, this is before people were afraid of colds and flus and another illness that I can't actually say the word on YouTube because they don't like it. You know, so it's different now. You have to be mindful of the people around you. And even back then, I was more mindful of the people around me, sanitized the things that I was using and stayed away from people. But it's not just about being sick. It's about being tired. Maybe you're in a bad mood. You have allergies, for instance. All these things are really good, not good reasons, but they're reasons that keep people from working out. People really like to work out on days that they feel good instead of working out on days they don't feel good, but leave feeling good. So on the days that you work out, like if you can give 100% of your effort on a day where you're feeling under the weather, if you can give maximum effort on that day, now that you've achieved that, now imagine what you can do on a good day. Now that is elevated. Let's just go through them really quick again. Number 1, big compound movements. Number 2, go to failure. Number 3, slow controlled reps, moderately heavy, not completely heavy, not completely light. And number 4, lift on days where you don't feel 100%. This is what worked for me. I think that it can work for you. If you're not implementing all of them, at least give them a try. Let me know what you think. Guys, if you liked the video, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment below. I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback. If you have any questions, I mostly want to make videos answering those questions. You know, these videos aren't made for me. They're made to serve you guys and help you guys in life, in the gym, in nutrition. Anyway, this has been Coffee with Fox. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. God bless.